Good afternoon. It's the 28th of August, I think. Anyway, it's pretty yucky outside. The ground is still wet. It's fairly cool, kind of buggy. So I thought I'm going to use this, and also Minik is not here right now, so I thought I would use this opportunity to do some chair yoga. Chair yoga can be done in a chair, and as you can see, I have this nice green chair we just picked up as new to us. Nice couple off in Greeley was giving it away, and well, thought we could always use some nice furniture for when the house is done and the summer kitchen needs some new furniture. And so I went, and since I picked it up, this is now my chair. So we'll do chair yoga in our chairs. You can also sit on the edge of a bed, but anyway, it doesn't really matter where you are, just as long as you're seated. We're going to start by sitting nice and tall and straight. Come to some, you may have to come up on your toes so that your thighs are parallel with the ground, hands on your knees. Inhale, lift your head, relax your shoulders, and sit nice and straight. Come to breathing normally. And start changing your inhale to really deepen it into your belly and your ribs, and then your upper chest. And exhale everything, pushing your belly button all the way through to the spine. So on. Feel free to continue that if you're doing this on your own. We'll get to some shoulder stretches. Shoulders and arms, things that can be done very nicely in a chair. These are some of the same stretches that we do when we're seated on the ground or standing. So this is nothing really all that new for you. With our arms forward, pull your shoulder blades back and down. Keep them there as you lift your arms straight up. Keep your arms nice and straight. Keep tilting. So I'm not, doing this kind of thing, lifting my ribs. My ribs didn't go anywhere. I'm just pulling my arms up and back, squeezing my upper back. Try not to chicken your head forward. The goal is not to get your arms past your head, but to stretch them, keep them straight up. Now roll so that your shoulder blades come off your back. Encourage this by turning your palms so that they're now facing towards you. Keep lifting, stretching, pulling. Things may start to bounce now because you're straining here, but that's okay. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms away, and same thing. Pull your shoulder blades down and behind you, and push your hands up, pull your hands back. And release. Give everything a shake, a roll. Good. Right arm, left arm, let's put it over. Left arm goes over and double interlace. Well, or just double wrap, whatever. If that doesn't work, you just bring your backs of your hands together. Sit nice and tall, tuck in your belly, keep your ribs where they are as you lift your hands up. We know this from various poses. Here we're just doing it seated. And release. So right arm over left, same thing. And release. Give your shoulders a roll again. Right arm forward. Bend at the elbow. Put the hand on the nape of the neck. Remember the shoulder keeps on moving forward. And you pull that elbow down and behind you and over. These are all things you can do at your desk during the day. Notice how my belly is popped forward. So once I get my arm into place, I tuck my ribs back under. Tilt my tailbone so that my pelvis is again parallel with the floor. And release. Let's do the other side. Arm forward, pull it out, bend the elbow onto nape of neck, and then pull the arm back. Tuck the belly in. Pelvis stays parallel with the floor. Your head can help here. It's probably looking down at the floor, but you pull with your right hand, the arm behind your head, then you push with your head the arm back. Keep the left shoulder relaxed, sliding forward. Should be feeling a big stretch from the left elbow through the tricep, down into the armpit, down into the ribs. And release. And again, roll your shoulders. Reach around, grab the back of your chair with your left hand and turn back to the front. Sit up nice and tall. Your feet are on the floor, facing forward. Good posture throughout. Release, turn with the right hand, grab the back of your chair, and look to the front again. Sit tall. Release. And now we're going to do both arms, the right and the left. Place them on the top, the back of your chair, and then sit up. You have to hold onto the side of your chair and lean forward. Your feet might come off the ground. Things are kind of tight in the shoulders. Keep rolling them back and down. You can really feel it all open in the front while you do this. And release, roll your back to get rid of the tension before you let go. Your shoulders are rolled. Interlace your fingers, put them behind your head, and use your head to push back, lift your collarbones, and push your elbows back. Keep lifting your collarbones high, kind of like you're doing a seated cobra. Lengthen the lower back, ribs are coming up. And release. And now tuck your head in and try to plant the crown of your head on the end of your knees. Let gravity, so you're letting your elbows fall and gravity helps pull you down. And release. Sitting still on the edge of your chair, your left hand goes under the back end of the arm rest. Right hand goes to the front of the arm rest. And then pull yourself just to the side. Don't twist all the way around because we're using our arms here to pull. Engage your core at the same time. Should be a big stretch for the middle back. If you feel so inclined, you can turn your head to look behind you, but please do not pull your body anymore. It just should be facing the side, not to the back. And slowly release. Gentle counter twist. And then right hand on the right armrest, left hand also, but at the far end. Pull, turn yourself to the side, engage your core. Feet are flat on the ground. Thighs are parallel with the floor. If both these things don't happen at once, then come up on your toes slightly, but you want your thighs parallel with the floor. And if you like, you can turn your head only to look behind you. And release. Bend your knees at a right angle, and then lay your body down on top. Reach down, grab your feet, rest your face on your shins, or in between your shins. So your head is just hanging here, stretching the back of your neck, and possibly down your back as well. Inhale, come up. Let's finish off the neck and torso with neck circles. Just not very big. You don't want to go to the extreme of movement. You want the movement itself to be comfortable. You're sort of drawing relatively large circles with your nose. We'll leave the extremes of movement when we're just going one way or the other way. We're not going to do big circles to movement extremes. Stop and go the other way. and stop. Reach down, move the other chair, grab the bottom of your chair, scoot yourself over so that you feel tension on the neck. And then grab your head and gently pull it down. Tip your chin down a little bit so you really feel a pull coming from behind the ear down the neck. You'll know when you've got it. Keep pulling your body more vertical. Got a stretch in the right arm at the same time as the neck. Release. That can be quite intense, so take your time. Left side, reach down, while scooch over to the left. Grab the bottom of the chair, reach around, grab the head, and pull the head down towards the right shoulder, and then look gently down towards your knees. And a mouse has just run into the tent. Don't know where he intends to go, but I'm very unhappy about that. I have a mousetrap, a live mousetrap sitting outside. There's peanut butter in there, there are peanuts, there's lots of stuff. Do you think they even bothered? No, all I caught in there was crickets, lots of crickets. And now the mouse comes along and boldly looks at me, runs underneath the door, and comes into the tent. Well, I won't let that bother me. I will continue with the yoga. Where were we? Neck stretches, that's right. Now sit nice and tall, left hand on the right side of your chin. Coax your head to look as far to the left as it comfortably can go. Try not to push out your chin. Keep your teeth together. The best way to do that is to come to a certain distance, and then just by turning your wrist, you can apply a little bit more pressure. So don't use your entire arm, just with turn of the wrist. And release. Let's do the other side. Nice and tall, turn the head over, and then use the wrist motion to keep the head turning to the right. And release. Let's do some things for the legs. Let's start with the hips. Again, sit forward, the edge, take your left foot, put it across your right thigh, and then sit nice and tall and try to get that shin parallel with the floor. Might even go lower, who knows. But try to get at least parallel. If it's sitting up high, that's okay. Then you're just not going to go to step 2. So if it's here, don't go to step 2. Step 1 is where you're at. Keep pushing to get that knee down. If you feel anything in the knee, if this is not stretching your hip, flex your shin so that you're keeping the knee safe and the twist is happening in your hip. If it's parallel or nearly parallel like mine is, feel free to lean down and touch the floor. So you recognize this is a 4 like we do when we're seated on the ground or lying on our backs, only we're sitting on a chair. Chair yoga is nothing all that new. The only thing that you're missing are the actual standing poses. And it's hard to think of much sitting on a chair that can stretch your thigh. But we'll try. And release. Let's do the other side. Foot on the floor, right foot across, sit nice and tall, push that knee down. And even if you can bend over, we'll just start here always, so we go into it slowly. And then lean forward. Touch the ground if it's available. And release. Come up. The right foot down, take the left foot, cross it over the right, like you see people sit, and then double twist and interlace. Now this may be very easy. There are some people that can sit like this for hours on end. I don't know this from first-hand information, but I remember being told in my yoga teacher training that sitting like this is actually a very bad idea. Not for your hips, this is nice flexibility for the hips and for the knees, but for varicose veins. You put a lot of pressure on the return veins, the veins that are trying to get blood out of your lower legs when you sit like this. And there's already difficulty for the heart to pump it up here. There's very low blood pressure and varicose veins can occur. And if you sit like this with your legs either crossed or double crossed, I was told, feel free to look that up and verify that with me at some later date, that this can increase the appearance or the arrival or hasten the arrival of varicose veins. So we just do it for yoga stretch. Now lean forward. Notice how my right leg is really going off to the side. That's to get more stretch in the hip. My foot is always pointing the same direction as my thigh. So my right thigh is going off at an angle, so is my foot. My foot is not pointing straight forward. Release this side, and let's set this up on the other side. So the left foot stays on the ground, the right leg crosses, double hooks. I kick the garbage can with the clock on it. And then you can see my left leg is now going off to the side, and I lean forward. If there's any pain in the knee, make sure that the foot is angled in the same direction as the thigh. Very important. Excellent. Come back up. Sit again at the edge. Keep your right leg bent. Your left leg is straight and lean down over it. Slowly come up, sliding your hands up your thigh, or up your shin first. Right leg out, left leg in, lean down over it. And inhale, come up. We're going to do more than one exercise or one stretch for the back of the leg. So we're going to do another one. Sit back on your chair. If you want, you can even sit comfortably back. And reach down, grab your left big toe, and pull that leg up. So sitting in the back of the chair is actually very good for your lower back. It keeps the angle between the right thigh and the back near to a right angle. And then you can grab your shin and keep pulling it in. I feel like one of those can-can ladies, except I'm seated. And release. Let's do the same with the left. You adjust as needed. Reach down, grab, sorry, not the left, we just did the left. Let's do the right now. Straighten the right leg. Make sure that your back, or the small of your back, is against the back of the chair. And if that's going well, you can grab your shin and sort of reef it in. Make sure your back is in full contact with the back of the chair. Try to straighten your leg as much as you can. If the tension is all in the back of the knee, obviously give it a slight bend. And release, bring it down. Now the only kind of non-chair part is we have to get mostly off the chair. To do this is to stretch the front of the thigh. I realize I may be coming extremely close to the camera when I'm doing this. So this may present a very distorted view. So stand up, put your knee on the chair, your right foot on the top of the back of the chair, and then just keep sliding your body forward, bending your left knee, bringing your hips lower and lower down. Try to come into a cobra front then at the same time, and release the front of the right thigh. Slide side to side a little bit to make sure you're hitting all the muscles. And then come back up. Go as gracefully as you can. And let's set it up on the other side. So the left knee on the chair, left foot. So try to bring your knee all the way to the back so that the shin is vertical. And then the right foot crawls forward and you bend the right knee and pull your torso forward, bringing your shoulders and collarbones up. Turn and shift to hit more of the muscles. If you sort of almost all over, swivel everything over to the right, you'll notice you're pulling more on the outside of the quads. Sometimes you really need and want that, and that feels really good. And release. Push the cushion back. Sit back down to the edge of your chair. Sit tall. Take a nice deep breath. Your hands together. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this brief session of chair yoga. Something that you can do while you're watching television, something you can do no matter what, really. You can do this in an airport without drawing too much attention to yourself. Probably can't do it in the, airport. Who goes to an airport nowadays? Bad example. You can do this sitting in your basement. How's that? Anyway, I better go find that trap, bring it back indoors, and see if I can catch that mouse. He was cute. He was like really, really fat. I'm assuming he came from our kitchen. He's probably eating the nuts that are in there. Anyway, have a good evening. See you later. Bye-bye.